Hey guys, it's David Pingree. We're out here today with our 2013 KTM 500EXC. This is a project bike that Jay Clark over at Dirt Bike TV built for us, and it's got a cool, kind of cool story behind it. We got our designer here at RacerX, David Langren's gonna do the riding on it today, and we had a special kind of goal with this thing. This was kind of the sweet spot for KTM. They, since 2013, added some more emissions bits that sort of choked this motor down to make it to where it could pass California emissions and things like that, but it also hurt performance a little bit. So we took this 2013, we didn't do any engine modifications. We cleaned out even more of those emissions stuff that they have. So it's legal in a lot of states to ride on the street. In California, they probably throw you straight in jail and lecture you about how bad straws are for the universe. But for us, it's great. So we ride it on the trails. We don't do a lot of street riding anyway. And what we did is just a Vortex ignition, standard engine, with an FMF exhaust system, and it bumped the horsepower numbers up by like a couple horsepower, really cleaned up decel pop, some of the issues that this bike just had in stock trim. And Racetech went through the suspension, kind of beefed that up for us so we could get a little more aggressive with the trails. We got Renthal bars, Spider grips, Enduro Engineering handguards. We went to Tusk off-road wheels, some parts like that. Decal Works built up these graphics with a really cool Whiskey Throttle Show logo, so shameless plug there, go watch the show. But a lot of other really cool parts on here. Works connection was big in this build. Anytime you're going out on the trails, especially something like this where you have an oversized tank, 3.2 gallon tank, you could ride 150 miles on this thing. You don't want to get that far out from your vehicle or from home and have a breakdown. So the Works connection parts not only look really cool with the caps and different anodized parts, but they protect a lot of the bike as well. So from, skid plate to all the other protective parts they make, we threw everything at this, trying to make it just be as protected as we can when we get into some rough trails. So Langers, let's go over to you. You're the one that actually did the riding on this thing today. I don't know how much time you spent on a 500EXC or any of the EXC models, but it's a really successful line from KTM. Really bridges that gap for people that want to be able to leave from their house, ride on the road, and then hit some trails and have fun. What's your thoughts on this thing?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is my first time ever riding like a full trail bike. I've only ever ridden dirt bikes, motocross bikes, and I was pleasantly surprised, man. As soon as I got on it, felt pretty comfortable. Suspension's nice and plush, power's nice and usable. Ergonomics of the bike and everything felt good. The tank looks a little bit intimidating because it's so big, but you don't even notice it once you're riding. And we were riding a few little technical kind of lake beds down here, lots of rocks and stuff, and it felt great. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, I hope to get to do some more riding on it today.
Yeah, and sometimes I think people have a tendency to look at these and go, it's a big old clunky bike. I want to, it's not a motocross bike, but you get on it, it kind of just feels like an extension of a motocross bike.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, I'd feel just as comfortable riding this over on the motocross track out here at Glen Helen. So, yeah, it's definitely the best of both worlds for sure.
Yeah, and we so what about the suspension? The guys over at Racetech did a lot of work trying to make it take it a good stock package and make it even better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty light. I only weigh like $143, so a lot of the time, no matter what you do to the bike, it's going to feel pretty stiff for me. But this actually felt pretty good. I'd maybe go a little bit softer on the clickers, but there's this straightaway here. There's some pretty choppy bumps at the end there, and it dealt with that pretty well. So yeah, it's good. It's a great bike, man. I loved it.
Yeah, the Racetech guys do good work. I could probably take you out and get you a double-double, put a little more weight in your pants there. But so some of those other things we did, it's a full Hinson clutch, but he actually went in and added some weight to the clutch basket, which it's like adding weight to the flywheel. Gives you a little bit better inertia if you're kind of low RPM and rolling up something. It works really well. ICW braced our radiators to give them a little bit extra strength. This was originally a black frame, if you recall, this year, and we had San Diego powder coating give us a hand putting that cool orange paint on it. I think it's much a general consensus the orange looks better, so we went to that. Motion Pro with the throttle cable and grip glue, bulletproof designs, helped with our swing arm guard. Again, a lot of Tusk off-road stuff. Those guys do a great job building good, reliable, affordable products. All Balls Racing with a couple of their cables. We got UFO plastic on this thing throughout. The foot pegs are Works Connection as well. They're titanium, and just a really good platform to start with. And we really appreciate their help. Blaze Racing was the company that did the weight on that clutch. It's got a Super sprocket. Again, this is our steel outer with aluminum inner, so you get a cool look, a little bit lighter weight from the aluminum center, but the durability of that steel on the outside. And Dunlop tires to go with that. And the lights, another big bonus on this thing. So it's the Baja Design light kit with a moto-minded bezel. And what that does is just allows you to adjust that light. You know, you do some of the other ones and it's a fixed position. So with that bezel, you can change the angle of that light and kind of find a spot where you like it to be. The sick-ass racing lights with a sick-ass name, but those guys are rad, coming in with the blinkers and stuff like that. That really makes it functional. Again, Decal Works did our graphics. You can pick up these Whiskey Throttle Show graphics over there at Decal Works. Those guys do an awesome job. And Unifilter and TM Designs. They make a lot of our chain guides and sliders, and it's really durable product. So if you're somebody that puts on a lot of miles, or you just want to have something that's not going to wear out, you know it's not going to wear out, TM Designs does a great job. So thank you to all the companies involved in this build. This is a really neat bike, and the EXC 500 is probably one of the most popular off-road motorcycles there is. And we try to take it and make it even better. And with the help of all these companies, I think we knocked it out of the park. So thank you to Jay for putting the work into this thing. And we're going to get Langers back out on the trail and have him pop some wheelies. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next build.